Hello, everyone, and welcome to Pop Culture Spread, our fun weekly movie and streaming news show with a twist. If you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Rick. Hit that like and subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell. We would really appreciate it. Also, remember, you can hear us on audio podcast on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and where all good podcasts are found. Also, you can check out our merch store. All the links are down below. And joining me on the show, as always, he's the other half of Pop Culture Spread and my good mate, Jason, VH Jace. How are you, buddy?
I'm good, mate. I'm all amped up for the show this week. There is news, as always, coming out of the world of Hollywood and lots to talk about, buddy.
I know. We had our week off and we're back. So
Yes.
let's get into it, mate. Let's talk some big news. All right, Jace, let's talk some Golden Globe. So the nominations have come in. The full list for the 2024 Golden Globes have come in. And what are your thoughts on the list, mate? What's going on here?
Okay, well, it's the list. It's an interesting list. I will say this. They've actually added this year, Rick, 2 new categories in an attempt to try and, gain some more interest in this. If you don't remember, last year it wasn't aired. NBC decided to opt out due to diversity reasons.
Yep.
It's now been taken over by another company. And so what they're trying to do, Rick, is expand on it. So they've added 2 new categories this year. One is about celebrating box office achievement, which means, films like Guardians of the Galaxy, John Wick chat before, they could be all up for nominations, right? Which is a weird thing to be nominated because how are they judging it? Are they judging on who made the most amount of money? Like, I don't know how that category works. And the other one is for like stand-up performances. So like Amy Schumer or Ricky Gervais or Trevor Noah, they could be up for awards. So that's their attempt to kind of placate it. This year we've got like the big winner out of the nominations has been Barbie, who got, I believe, a record number of nominations, 10. I think Cabaret was the last time it happened on the Golden Globes, and the second one being Oppenheimer. With all that said, Rick, who gives a shit? Who cares about the Golden Globes?
Oh, we love the Golden Globes.
Who cares about this? And I tell you why, because even with this shallow attempt to kind of reconnect with the general public with these crappy new categories, it doesn't change the fact that the audience divide between these type of award shows and people like us, Rick, are distant. Most of the time when we talk about movies, some of the favourite movies you've seen, how often are they really represented in something like Golden Globes or the
Academy
Awards?
Very little or none.
Very little. Now, the problem is the Golden Globes and Academy Awards can't evolve with the times. Because hear me out. Back in the day with the Academy Awards and Golden Globes, they were prestige nights, right?
Yeah.
They were big things. Night of night, Hollywood comes out to celebrate. And one of the factors in that was the fact that it was pre-social media. We didn't know. There was still a lot of mystery behind celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
You would see them on a talk show, or you might see them in a magazine, but that's all you really saw of Hollywood, like celebrities. The Golden Globes Academy Awards was a chance to see your favorite celebrities dressed up, being themselves in a thing. And that's gone now. We know everything that happens with the celebrities. And all it's done is expose the corruption, suppose the like almost elitist kind of attitude towards these award shows, and the fact that the audience doesn't care. Now, I can guarantee you the numbers of this Golden Globe Awards will be down significantly.
Of course it will be.
People are just done with it. People are just done with it.
I don't sit there and go, oh shit, I've got to sit down and watch the whole entire show.
Who does?
Who makes the time? No, I just click on and have a look at a quick, overview and like, oh yeah, who won? That's it. And
a YouTube clip. Yeah. A YouTube clip. So they need to fundamentally change it. However, here my controversial view is that out of the 2 major award shows, that globally is recognised, and Hollywood being the Golden Globes in the Academy Awards, I prefer the format of Golden Globes. So out of two lumps of shit, I like this lump of shit better. And what I'm basically meaning is at least Golden Globes is an attempt to celebrate the industry. Because also, the Academy Awards is about film, but what is film these days? Like, we see a lot of quality stuff going straight to streaming.
Yeah.
And therefore not recognised by the Academy. At least the Golden Globe recognises films as films, no matter what platform they're being exhibited. And I think if you were going to go forward, you need a fundamental change of the whole concept of an award show. And I think it's coming. Like, I think with people rejecting the Golden Globes generally, we're going to see either the dismantling of this on a large scale, it'll still be around, but at a smaller scale, or an emergence of a completely new award show format. I don't know about you, Rick, but
combine the two together.
I don't think they'll ever do that, but I think something like the Academy is going to suffocate on its own snootiness. That's the problem with the Academy Awards, because they look at it, we're the prestige.
Yeah.
Really? Will Smith, Chris Rock, anyone? Does that prestige? Is that, the mistake what about Moonlight? Was it Moonlight? Which the movie that got the mistaken Academy Award?
Yeah, how many times that happened?
Yeah. Like, it's ridiculous. It's time to move this on. So I could go for the nominees, and there's some interesting nominees this year. There really are, Rick. But again, who cares? Because I ain't watching it.
Yeah.
The best they're going to get from me is I'll capture some of their speeches on YouTube Shorts or TikTok.
Yeah.
That's the reality of this. So I'd be curious to know what the audience thinks, whether they're into the Golden Globes anymore. Is it something they look forward to, or they feel like me? They're over it.
Over it. I'm just having a quick look. There's some pretty good movies and shows that are in here at the moment, but interesting list.
Look, you've got interesting, but see, here's the problem. The Golden Globes and Academy Awards don't line up anyway. Like, if there used to be a time that whatever kind of won on the Golden Globes was generally a preview about what was going to do well. But last year, the Golden Globes, top Globes went to the Fabelmans and the Banshees of Inisherin. They were the two big winners. But the Oscars selected Everything Everywhere All at Once for their best film. So it's not like it's kind of reflective at all. I just think people are, look, everyone who does like the Oscars loves the parade of, especially women. They love to see
red carpet, it's all that crap,
red carpet and all that. But there's no substance behind it. No. I think you find that most women are more interested in that red carpet bit of the show than they are watching the next 3 hours of.
I couldn't give a shit.
The best sound designer goes to, well, we don't care, So, but there you go. That's what my thoughts. Golden Globes, cram it. I'm over it.
Cram it. Matt, we'll be missing out. All right, guys, let's get into what's in other news.
Oh, you've kind of caught me out there. I wasn't ready for that. I was still fired up about the Golden Globes.
James Gunn is in the news again. Jace, we're going to hear a lot of James Gunn, and this one is James Gunn decries cameo porn in superhero movies. Didn't think I'd hear that in one sentence. James Gunn and porn, but what is going on here, Jace?
Well, actually, James Gunn, if you want to see something hilarious, in the mid-2000s, he did a YouTube thing called PG Porn, when he kind of just recreated all those in-between scenes. It's hilarious. Nice. Check it out. No, what he's bringing up is something that I think most of us are getting frustrated with in the superhero world, is the fact of cameos for cameo's sake.
Yeah.
Like dropping in a character with no real function to the plot or driving it forward. And he actually targeted the DCEU. And I think what he's referencing is Martian Manhunter. Remember he came in the extended version of... Like,
Yep.
why bring him in
Well,
really at the end if there's no real ever going to be follow up on this character or anything else like that? And it's interesting. I mean, James Gunn has been very outward in his social media,
Mhm.
interaction with fans. I mean, he actually copped a little bit of flack early in the week when his brother was announced as the new Maxwell Lord. So his brother has been cast as the new Maxwell Lord, who he last as Pedro played in Wonder Woman 84. So
does are they complaining because he always casts his brother in his movies?
Yeah,
or
basically like it's
basically
nepotism or something.
Yeah.
So
Fair
he's
enough.
always copying it. But he's come out and said that he's over this. And that every character that he has in Superman Legacy is actually functional to the plot, even though there's a large cast of characters around Superman. It's really a Superman story, and every other character has a real function, which I think is really important, And he also said in this article, and I'm going to quote him here, one of the problems with the DCEU content in the past was there no real consistency within the universe itself. This never meant, and I never said, as this is how we always envisioned it.
Yeah.
All animated and video game content would be in the DCU. I did and still say most TV and film will be in the DCU with the occasional Elseworld tale like Matt's The Batman. But it'll have to be exceptional. So he's just saying, look, everything needs to be important. We're going to stay with one kind of giant overarching universe, and everything off that is an Elseworld tale, but this is what we're doing. Nothing kind of new in that frame, but it is interesting that I love James Gunn, man, but gee, he's been very vocal, and if Superman Legacy isn't a hit,
it's
all been for nothing, right?
Well, he's the boss now. He's the big chief, so he's going to be swinging everywhere. And I mean, he's quite vocal when he was with Marvel, and look what happened with that and all the rest of it. But you're right. If this movie is not a hit and it doesn't succeed, where's the future of DC going?
It's not going to be great. I mean, it's not going to be great. However, if you were a betting man, you've just got to go, well, I mean, it's James Gunn. He makes quality. Put it this way. He made a financial failure for Warner Brothers with his DC film. It was a financial disaster to the Suicide Squad. However, Warner Brothers went, you cost us money, but you're so damn good. We're going to let you run the whole thing.
Yeah.
He failed upwards, James Gunn. He failed upwards. So, yeah, they got a lot of belief in him. I've got a lot of belief in him.
Yeah.
But for his sake, it better be good, I suppose. But, yeah.
Because his fans are going to outcry big time on the internet. They're going to rip shreds. But we will see. Well, I'm sure we'll see. All right, Jace, let's get into the next story. I know you are a big sci-fi fan, mate. And,
come on. Any kid of the
everything's
80s.
Sci-fi for Jace and the 80s. And Wyatt Russell thinks it's time for remake of The Last Starfighter. This is quite interesting. My views on a lot of these remakes and reboots.
Yeah, this is an interesting one, Rick. Not because just based on the surface level of the story. Wyatt Russell, and if you don't know who Wyatt Russell is, think of what's his name? No. Well, he's in Monarch, a Legacy of Monsters at the moment, but he was also played Agent. What's his name? U.S. Agent.
In
U.S. Agent in Captain America.
The
Winter Soldier.
Falcon
and the Winter Soldier.
That's it.
Get out. Anyway, he's a good actor, and someone asked him, and one of his favorite franchise movies back in not franchise, but movies when he was growing up was The Last Starfighter, 1984's. Fantastic, fun sci-fi film, Rick, about a kid who basically
a video game,
plays a video game, gets that good, and gets recruited
into
fight in a space battle.
Yeah.
So really great film, a film we loved, and it's tried to be remade for years. They've had definitely a series of writers on there, but apparently the guy who owns the rights, so it's been very, very difficult and won't kind of let it go or let it evolve. But it just bring up an interesting thing. We know a lot of remakes are failures, don't we, Rick? We know that. We've seen them. We occasionally get the really great one. Most of the time, they're failures. Last Starfighter, however, has the potential to go, well, games have changed a lot in that time. Like, we live in a very different world of gaming. So there's a lot of fun that could be had there. So I would think if you were going to remake a film, this is kind of ripe for the making, because you would do a fresh reboot of this without having to worry about legacy characters or anything else like that. You just completely redo this film. So I don't know if you like the film or not, Rick. I'm a big fan.
I haven't seen it for such a long time. It's been a very long time.
Movie.
I remember. Yeah. It's still. I don't know if it's still. Would it still hold up today?
I saw it about a year ago. No, there are elements that don't hold up. The spirit and the energy and the intent hold up really well. So, it's definitely be a film that. Yeah, if the president of Hollywood rings me and goes, "What film would you want to remake?" This would definitely be amongst the list of films that I'd be, hey man, this would be a fun movie to remake. So,
I don't know. Well, yeah, I kind of agree with him. So we'll see. I don't know. I'm not. My views on these are very low at the moment with a lot of these sequels and things that are coming out 30 years after. But we won't go into that. All right, let's get into some Marvel news, Jace.
It wouldn't be a week without some Marvel news, right?
Which is always the same. Captain America, Brave New World hires new writer and scheduled additional shoots for mid-2024. What is happening with Marvel? Are they just trying to recoup some losses and reform? What's going on over here?
Okay, what's going on is they did test screenings of this in September of this film, because it had finished basically production.
Yeah.
We're not good. Test screenings for the film said that there were certainly big issues. It was originally supposed to come out prior to Deadpool 3. But they delayed it to 2025, a year-long delay based on significant reshoots to significant chunks of the film. So basically, they've had to hire a new writer. They're going in July of 2024, which is still 6-7 months away. Excuse me. And they're going to have to do a big chunk of this film. Not unusual, because we know, we've spoken about it on the show, it's built into Marvel's budget to do reshoots. However, this is different. This is different. So, I mean, this film feels like it's evolved and changed from conception to what it is in a more unusual way than normal, because it was supposed to be known as New World Order. Then they've relabeled it. They've filmed it. They're having to go back and go, the film isn't working. We have to go back. And I don't think they can afford this film to really be a failure, because it comes off the legacy of 3 great Captain America films. And it is Captain America 4. So, and you don't want the Falcon or the new Captain America's first outing to be a meh adventure. They've got to get this right. So a lot of pressure on them, Rick.
Yeah, we know what happens when they always do these reshoots, and it's never good, to be honest with you.
Never good. But it's never good.
Proof's in the pudding.
Not when you're going to do extra reshoots that haven't been planned. It's never good
then
because...
push it back.
Actually, I want to rephrase it. I want to take that back. It can be good. I shouldn't have reacted like that. Reshoots sometimes are the difference from being a good film to a great film. However, it's never good when you're doing these type of reshoots.
Yeah.
Because you missed the mark. Yeah, this is kind of like, it's a crooked wall that has to be replaced. This is not, we just need to patch up this a bit. No. So we'll wait and see. I haven't really been excited about this anyway.
Have you been excited about any Marvel movie that's come out recently?
Oh yeah, the only thing that's that my whole world is built around Deadpool 3.
Yeah. Deadpool 3.
Besides that, I mean, the only thing that probably gets me excited is the trilogy coming. Well, the 3 big films for Marvel that should be coming out. And that's not the first Avengers, Kang Dynasty. Couldn't care about that one. Care about Avengers Secret Wars. I care about the first Fantastic Four, and I care about X-Men.
Yeah.
They're probably the three that I really give a shit about at this point. Everything else, well, take it or leave it. I'm interested in seeing some of this stuff. I'm just not like super excited beyond those ones. But Deadpool 3 has got me excited because it just feels like it's a fresh take, Rick. It's a fresh take. And especially Disney's first rated R, MCU film. Yeah.
See how they handle that. That's going to be interesting.
Oh, it'd be great. It'd be great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cannot wait. Yeah. I'm just waiting for all the ad campaigns for Deadpool. So that's what I'm waiting for. All right. That about wraps that up, Jace. But let's get into the train wreck because I know you like the train wreck of the week.
Ugh, and always, sometimes I think we're not going to have a train wreck of the week.
That's
what good old Hollywood always provides train wreck of the week.
Get into it. So
Rick, do you watch
train wreck, mate?
Do you watch a show? Have you ever seen a show called Yellowstone?
No, bits and pieces. Not really.
It's fantastic. I've watched all of it. Me and my wife are obsessed about it. It's a global phenomenon. It's, one of the great, I think, modern American kind of soap operas. It's just, there's something about it. It's really great.
Yeah.
However, outside of the actual show itself, which is chock full of drama and characters and that, they seem to be building up to the same level outside this show. Firstly, we've had the Kevin Costner, Taylor Sheridan issue where Costner left and then he claimed that he didn't have a choice and he wanted to come back and they're saying he didn't. It's got all messy.
Yeah.
To now, the executive producer, the great Taylor Sheridan, one of the great modern writers, is suing one of the stars of Yellowstone,
What for?
Cole Hauser, in a role of a lifetime. Cole Hauser is amazing in the show. Over a coffee logo.
Excuse me?
Over a coffee logo. Taylor Sheridan is suing Yellow. So apparently, Taylor Sheridan has gone. This guy started his own coffee company, Cole Hauser. Taylor Sheridan's got one as well. And he goes, your logo looks too much like mine. So I'm going to sue you. So you got the executive, the showrunner of one of the biggest shows in America suing one of the stars of the show over a coffee logo. What, you couldn't get on the phone and sort this out? Like, are you serious?
Do we have a picture of what the logo is?
We do. I'm gonna show you right now. On the left, as you can see, is Cole Hauser's craft coffee, and on the right we have Taylor Sheridan's.
Oh, come on. Seriously.
Is that too similar? I mean, the only thing that... maybe, not really.
Not really. Like...
Similar, but...
Writing on the
it's a very different font, very different kind of design.
Yeah.
Is it worth getting into a public furor over?
Fuck no.
Is it worth this getting out into the ether and not only destroying one of the great shows, which is a money magnet for Paramount, and just over what seems to be a fight over ego. That's what it seems to be a fight over. But it's embarrassing when this stuff comes out.
It is. I mean, what, is his coffee better than the others? I mean, who cares?
Taylor Sheridan has a little bit of a reputation in Hollywood, but this is the guy that wrote like Sicario and all these amazing, TV shows and films. I mean, this guy's top class writer. I think he's a little bit loopy, to be honest with you.
Well, why would you want to sue someone for?
Just seems like extreme, right?
It's just
and in a world like, in this modern world where information is plentiful, we are flooded with new information via the seconds in the world. For this story to stand out amongst the sea of stories that come out of Hollywood also adds to the cringe factor of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Sort your shit out. The fact that you've got a showrunner and a star like suing each other over coffee.
Shit
over not even the coffee. It's not even like your blend tastes exactly like my blend. No, the goddamn sticker that goes on the label. That's what we're fighting about here. Embarrassment. Be ashamed of yourself over there in Yellowstone land.
Wow, so many cowboy hats. Actually, I've just got to put up a comment from a new viewer here, Jace.
Okay, cool.
Clark Glewall.
Any show that has
Real Life Coffee Drama.
I'm happy that Mr. Hype on. I agree with you, Clark, 100%.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. No.
Absolutely embarrassing.
It is. It's an absolute joke. That's why it hit our train wreck of the week. So there you go.
Fantastic. Let's move it on.
All right, Jace, let's get into. I know this is our favourite one, and hopefully all our viewers as well who are getting into it. Let's get into some great Aussie telly.
I tell you what, any boss who sacks anyone for not turning up to die is a bum.
Being that I'm a child of the 80s, and certainly television is a big part of a child's life in the 80s, especially on a Saturday morning, if you're waking up early and you're wanting to watch your cartoons on a Saturday morning. Now, most of those, as you know, would be shaped with the show around it. Later in the late 80s, we had Agro's Cartoon Connection. We've shown Agro before in the show.
We have.
But there was another show called The Early Bird Show. Do you remember The Early Bird Show, Rick?
Very vague. Early Bird.
It was hosted by Daryl Cotton. I don't know if you remembered him.
I did.
Also had a very interesting character with him called Marty the Monster.
Yes.
Okay, I'm setting this up before I show this clip, which we can talk over, but put it this way. During one episode in 1987 on The Early Bird Show, the audience was treated to a visit by a giant red kangaroo named Rags. And let's have a look at what happened in this interaction between Marty the Monster and Rags. And as you can see here, Rick, we're going to talk over this. There's Daryl. Check out the jean jacket. Very cool. Yep. And you can tell this kangaroo's trouble straight off the bat. Look at him. Look at him. He's having a crack now. Here we go.
Oh, my God.
Now, this is live on television. They're not cutting the camera away. Check it out. And it's got him. I mean, it ain't letting him go.
See?
The best part is the hosts have to pretend to keep going on with the show. Well, they're trying to rustle up this thing. And this guy's hurt. You know, he's hurt. I don't know what he was thinking behind there, but the kangaroo's not having any of it. I mean, he's just, we're doing
why
this.
is he going after Marty?
Round two. I don't know. I mean, Marty was pretty annoying as a monster, but pretty great, right? One of the great Australian moments. And what makes it so great, Rick, is the fact that they don't cut to commercial ever.
No.
They keep this thing going all the way. And you know what I mean? And that's what you got to love about Aussie telly back then, because these days they would have cut commercial, they would have put on a million ads, would have come back. But it's like the cameraman zoom in. We're seeing Marty get taken down. One of the great moments. Australia. If you ever got to see, if you saw it live, you were rolling around in laughter like everyone else across the nation. Pretty good, but he was hurt too. The guy in the Marty the Monster outfit was significantly hurt. So
he must have done something,
mate. Don't mess with big reds. If you ever come to Australia, stay away from big reds.
Look how muscular he was. That big red, like
he wasn't having it, and he had attitude from the get go. That kangaroo. Like
the guy was trying to pull him off. He just couldn't do it.
No, the animal wrangler just sort of said, "Look, we've got to bail on this because he's about to go psycho. We should get out of this." Nope, they go along with it. Absolutely wonderful. Brilliant. Gotta love great Aussie TV
happened today.
Moments.
That's it. Good choice, Jace. Absolutely love it. Well, that about wraps up the show for the week, Jace. It's been a good show. A lot of great stories.
Yeah, always fun to have a chat, Rick.
Yeah, no, definitely, mate, definitely. But before we go, we're going to do a bit of plugging, guys.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to check myself out, I'm here on Pop Culture Spread. Got a whole lot of trailer reactions and a whole lot of back catalogue that we've done, so go check that out. Jace, where can our good viewers find you? You are
well, not only can you find me here live every week, you can also find me over in the Jason Roy Gaston channel, where lots of shenanigans and hijinks are to be had. Go check us out there on a slew of other shows. Nice. And if you like what we're doing on the Jason Roy Gaston channel and Jason Roy Gaston, you can go check him out, and Joe Dove on Captain's Quadrant every Thursday night, 9 p.m. They do a live show. A lot of fun, guys, and that's basically really it, Rick.
That's it, Jace. Beautiful. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see everyone next week on the show. See you then.
See you
Jace.
guys. Thanks for watching the Pop Culture Spread YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Also, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. And if you're looking for some quality wear, don't forget to check out our merchandise store, available right now. Yep, she'll be right.